Welcome back to Sports Visions, Dale. High school football, I tell you, it's no doubt that we are in, we got a gold mine here when you talk about East Alabama, West Central Georgia, the Chattahoochee Valley. You know, 3 teams on the Alabama side. Alabama's a week ahead of Georgia as far as championship play. Congratulations to Lynette, Opelika, and Central, which all have an opportunity to compete for an Alabama High School Association state championship.
DJ, they got a chance, DJ, and right now Central is right there where they want it to be. They'll be playing December the 4th over at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Played a great game, shut out against Auburn. Hey, they're right where they want to be. Opelika, I think it's a little surprise, in that same region, and they play Central. And then, but what Lynette has done, DJ, is really following behind the footsteps of their basketball program. They have a great football program also.
Again, a lot of credit deserves to go back to Coach DuBose and the Central Red Devils. Back-to-back, of course, having the opportunity to go ahead and get a rematch with Thompson, if you could believe that, but shutting out Auburn 38-0, Dale. I mean, for the second time this season, they've put a whooping on Auburn.
And Central did a great job beating Auburn again, 38-0, DJ. And like you said, man, they kept the ball on the ground. And really, with Big Papa running the ball like he's running, DJ, I think really Central is ready and geared and ready to win another state championship.
Absolutely. And again, Opelika, congratulations. They'll be playing Spanish Fort. And, again, Opelika is right up the road, man. And, again, the great football that's right here in this area. And what can we say about Lynette in Class 1A having an opportunity? 3 opportunities. Class 1A with Lynette, of course, Class 6A with Opelika, and 7A with Central.
I mean, really, DJ, we always say that we have champions in this valley. Chattahoochee Valley has a lot of good football players around here. And really, you find out why a lot of D1 prospects are coming out of this area, but one of the biggest things you see why these coaches are coming from the SEC, the ACC, from everywhere to get some of these players.
I want to shout out a couple other teams that maybe they didn't make it to, of course, the state championship. And again, on the Georgia side of things, we have another week to go. But, Carver fought hard, Dale, but they were unable to beat Marist. Marist came down running that old-fashioned triple option, man. And again, it amazes me that teams are still running that.
I mean, really, DJ, they haven't changed over the years. I mean, I remember when Marist played Shaw, when Charles Flowers, they were running that same triple option. And really, some people believe in the triple option and they're going to stick to it. And when you have a program, a stoic legacy like Marist, they're going to continue to do what they do because that's how they recruit. They're big, they're physical, and they're going to run the triple option, and they're going to possess that football.
And congratulations to, of course, for a great season from the Brookstone Cougars over there, man. They had the opportunity to, of course, Blair Harris and his he's a great coach, and he's got this team back. He's been back just a couple of years, and he's got the team right back into the playoffs.
He's got them right back in the playoff, DJ, and they did a great job. But really, when you run into the Athens Academy, and, they keep a lot of good players up there in that Athens area, 54-0, they didn't have a chance.
Not a chance at all. The Glenwood Gators, man, they fought hard, got all the way to the championship game. Unfortunately, Jason Gibson didn't get another ring, man. He has several with, of course, the indoor arena team that he coaches, but that would have been big for Glenwood to come home with a trophy.
That would have been, DJ, but really hats off to Jason Gibson again and his coaching staff. They do a great job coaching these guys up each year. They get younger and younger, but really they're getting better and better as they continue to develop all their players.
Excited about the opportunity to have a couple of state champions for us to recognize, Dale, but I know that this is a perfect opportunity for us to, again, let you know that coming up on Thursday, December the 12th at 11:30, St. Luke Ministry Center. It's the 12th annual Sports Visions High School Football Awards luncheon, Dale. And again, we're excited about it. And again, now with the opportunity to have these coaches, we got 3 potential state champions. Boy, it looks like we're going to have to do some shuffling to find out who could be Coach of the Year.
Hey, man, we're going to have to do some shuffling with the Coach of the Year piece because that usually goes to the person that wins the state championship. But as I was collecting names last week, DJ, we got a lot of talent as we continue to say around here. Auburn has commitments around here. Tank Bigsby is one of the top running backs in the whole country. He's a Under Armour All-American. And then you got Kobe Hudson from up there at Troup County, DJ. He's a U.S. Army All-American. So we got a lot of guys with some superlatives and a lot of all-star players that are going to be at the luncheon.
All right, coaches, we still got a few of you who hadn't gotten the names of your top offensive and defensive players to us, so we definitely want you to do that. I know you're going to go into the Thanksgiving holidays, ready to relax and all, but we do want to get that information so that we can honor these young student athletes properly. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. This is Sports Visions. Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, the University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson and Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Should planning your travel be more stressful than staying at home? Of course not. Here at Lumpkin Travel, our VIP service makes traveling easy and fun.
Girls Trip!
We've helped serve thousands of people and families experience their dream vacation by taking the hassle out of travel.
Thank you.
We book your flight, reserve your hotel, and make sure you have a stress-free vacation so you can enjoy every moment of it.
Thank you.
We even help you choose different activities that you're guaranteed to enjoy. And the best part is, we find you the best price at no extra charge for you. Actually, 95% of customers save money and time by booking with Lumpkin Travel. So start thinking about your dream vacation. Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, we'll make it happen for you. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Call today or log on and set up your vacation of a lifetime with Lumpkin Travel, your travel agent for life.
Gear up for fall at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Earlier this year, we had an opportunity to catch up with Central Red Devils football coach Jamie DuBose.
And welcome back to Sports Vision. We are joined by the Central High School the state championship Central High School head coach, Jamie DuBose. Welcome to the show.
Well, good to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Coach, I've been looking at your schedule, but I really want to just give you your congratulations on winning the state championship. Did a great thing for this whole city, and I think people appreciate you a whole lot more now.
Well, it was a great thing, but, first of all, there were a lot of people that go in to win a championship. It wasn't about me or one individual person, and, it was a complete effort from the administration of the school, the teachers. A lot of people forget the teachers. The teachers play a really important role in what they do, and the band was instrumental, the cheerleaders, and then, of course, our fans. I've learned to love the fan base here. You got to love a place where there's passion, and in Phoenix City, there's passion. Central High School has a great tradition, and somebody asked me one time, when you go 10-2 and you get knocked out in the state, the semifinals, and people are upset, does that bother you? No, that makes me excited. I'd hate to know I was somewhere where they don't demand winning, and I want the community to still, have high standards. It's like our players. We talk to them every day about, winning it. The goals don't change. It's just a different goal this year to get there and win it again, called repeat. So we're excited about the opportunity and looking forward to the year.
Well, you mentioned that key word, repeat. And everybody's talking about it, Everybody's seeing the players that you have, the development of the players, the 7-on-7 that you do. Talk to us about some of the keys of Central repeating.
Well, the key thing is getting back and getting hungry again. Last year's team had that hunger of wanting to win it, wanting to succeed, and we got to handle adversity as a unit. We had to handle it last year in the semifinals. I go back to the semifinal game. We were down 14 in the second half to a Robert E. Lee team that we had beat, handily earlier in the year, and just wasn't playing very well. And our guys really pulled together and found a way to win in the end. So we got to find a way to get the unit to play as one. We've got to, overcome obstacles during the year. We don't know what those obstacles are right now. No team does. But, we're going to have some adversity set in some way. It may be injuries. It may be something during the year. You don't know, but you got to handle it. It could be weather. We've had, hurricanes in the past roll through, and teams have to handle it in situations. So, whatever comes up this year, we've got to try to be able to handle it positively and overcome it. Last year's team did an outstanding job of doing it. And, we haven't had a whole lot of adversity over the last couple of years playing from behind. That's what we've been talking about in the weight room. This morning we talked about 4 quarters, and we really stressed the 4th quarter because our season is more difficult this year at the beginning than it's ever been. You know, we play 2 teams that are state champion type teams right at the beginning, and we may face adversity quick. So if we do, it's going to be exciting to see how we handle it, and that's why I did that. That's why I gave us these 2 tough games, because I want our team to know early, you know, what we're going to do in tough situations, because that way, you know, however we react to it, we still got a whole year to overcome it and to get better. And that's why, you know, you see the Alabamas, the LSUs, the Georgias, the Tennessee, whoever it is playing big games early, is they're trying to find out where their team is and put them in those tough, critical situations in neutral areas. That's where we're playing both games are going to be in neutral sites, just as a state championship game. So, you know, we're looking forward to that.
I mean, really, I looked at your schedule. You open up with Hoover. You play Cedar Grove, like you said, a team in the Cam Newton tournament that you do every year. Then you got Prattville and Opelika. First 4 games. What's wrong, Jamie?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. Maybe I'm checking myself out, but I'm excited about it. We've done this. I've done this before, and you know, our team. It's you know, the first 2 games. You don't like to say it don't matter. It doesn't matter to getting into the playoffs. It matters to us, our pride. It matters to our season, what we're trying to accomplish. You know, we won the state championship, and you know, as a coach, you know, you're always trying to shoot for new goals. Well, this year we've got a preseason national ranking. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to tell our guys we're competing nationally. We want to win the state championship. We've got certain goals set out. It's always to go undefeated. Region champs, it's to win East Alabama and to win the state championship. Well, now we've tagged on where we're going to stand nationally. We want to finish top 10 nationally, and that's what we're shooting for right now. Where we fit into there, I don't know. But to be top 10 nationally, we've got to win these 2 big games early. We've got to put ourselves in position to do that at the end, but winning these 2 games early will put us in that. And you know, I love it. You know, our guys are already excited about it. We've been talking about it in the off season. You know, the Cedar Grove game's big Alabama, Georgia. That's what we love when we can play an out-of-state team in Alabama, you know, Florida or whatever it is, you know. So we're excited about that. And then Hoover, you know, they're the only team in state to beat us over the last few years. They beat us 2 years ago at the Champions Challenge. First game of the year, we had a long rain delay, and they beat us 23-7 in that game. So we felt like we were 7-7 at half, and we felt like we come out after the rain delay and just didn't handle it very well and was flat. So we're excited to go back and try to redeem ourselves in that situation.
Well, you know, Coach, you know, I have a cousin that lives in New Haven, Connecticut. He calls every year. He's a Central graduate. He always say, well, how's Central going to be this year? Well, you know, I always tell him, I said, man, Central's going to be good. And, you know, really, they got players galore. They got players galore. But I said one of the biggest things about them is that you're going to hear about these players. You just don't know their names right now. Talk to us about some of the players to watch on your team.
Well, you know, you got your guarantees. E.J. Williams is going to be great outside. Tucker Melton, I'm anxious to see how he's going to handle the starting role. Trey Miles is a new name at quarterback. He's going to be that second guy at quarterback. You know I'm going to play too. If you're at Central and you can play, you're going to play. He's going to get a lot of playing time, and he's a great quarterback too. That's a new name. Zion Morris behind Joseph McKay. Everybody knows Joseph McKay. Yeah. He's a beast, and very excited he's a part of our team. But behind him is Zion Morris and Dexter Wright, 2 running backs that, you know, we're one running back system, but you can ask any running back coach, you're going to have 2 to 3 of them to be able to compete at the level we're going to compete at. So, you know, they're going to take a pounding during the year. Robert Marsh is a name that's kind of been around, but, man, he's been our leader in the offseason. He is a dynamite firecracker of a 5'7" guy. He may be the best 5'7" guy in the country, I like to say.
Wow.
But he's exciting to watch. And, you know, Trey Alexander, Peter Parrish outside. Not Peter Parrish. I wish we had him back. He's gone. Peter Jakes outside, but Peter Jakes is going to be an unbelievable outside wide receiver. Jackson Meeks. Up front, you got the 2 big ones. You got Josh Jones and Javion Cohen, but Mason Cook, a new guy in for us that's got about 12, 13 off for 6'4", 280. Good-looking kid. You know, like him a lot. Correll Daniel, and a young sophomore. I've only had 3 sophomores play for me as a coach, and I've only had 2 O-linemen. This is the second one. Francisca Rancic Francisco or something like that. I wish I could. So we call him Francis. But he's an outstanding sophomore offensive lineman, going to be real special. Excited to see him. On defense, you got P.J. Ramsey, who is back with us, Mike Harris, who's back with us. Terrell Gordon's going to be a great safety back there in the secondary that joined us. We're kind of at corner, we're wondering right now. We got a kind of a by-committee session going on. So we don't have good competition going on right now, but we're working toward that. Jaden Richardson at linebacker. Up front, you got B.J. Randolph, you got Vontavious Maddox, you got Byron Jenkins. There's just a ton of names. You know we're going to play a lot of people. You know, when people come watch us play, we roll 9 D linemen. To win at the level we're going to play, you got to have a lot of D linemen. So we play 9 in the course of a game. You know, in the state championship, I think it was 9 to 10, and we're going to play a lot of them again. So our strength of our team is built on our D line and O line. That's where our strength is this year. We've got a lot of guys. And then, of course, on offense, we return 8 guys. Defensively, we return 6. So we got hurt in the secondary a little bit, but we got a lot of talent, and we're excited to see what we got happening back there.
Well, Coach, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, your staff.
Oh, God.
Talk to us a little bit about your coaching staff.
Man, I tell you, I'm very fortunate. We've got a really good staff. We lost a couple of guys to head coaching and coordinator jobs. That always happens when you got some good guys. Everybody comes after them, and I'm all about those guys going on and bettering themselves. So, you know, we lost a few, but we replaced them with some really good ones. You know, Mark Hurts, our defensive coordinator, man, he does an outstanding job of getting them ready each and every week. Just happy to have him be a part of us and what the job he does. And then on offense, we got Ryan Nelson, who's a young guy that does just a great job over on the offensive side. We've been one of the top offenses and defenses in the state of Alabama for the last 4 or 5 years, and you know we expect that every year, that high lofty expectation. Offensively, you know, at wide receiver, Zach Berkland and Justin Albert, 2 great young guys out there. Keith Wicker, an old head that's been around for about 25, 26 years. He's coached a lot of people through Phoenix City. He's at the running back position. Matt Bell and Trip Duke on the O-line, and you know, on defense, we've got the defensive line. We added Demetrius Jackson, who was the head coach at Linden High School, who played for the 2A state championship right behind us last year. So we were able to go out and hire a defensive line coach in Ewan to come in to replace Brandon Hall, who went on to a DC job. And then we got Adrian Lyles and Hayden Stockton, both former defensive coordinators. Brian Eason, another former defensive coordinator at safety. Norbert Sullivan over helping with the corners with Mark Hurd. And you know, we're blessed and excited. Hunter Powell coaches our D-line and our kickers. As I called off all those names, it takes an army, man. When we got an army, we've got 141 right now, 10 through 12. That's right now on the roster, ready to go and doing what they're supposed to do every day. And, you know, it takes guys to coach them to be able to do that because we're high rep, high intensity. And, you know, our administration, my hat's off to our board and everybody who gives us the opportunity to have the guys out there to coach them.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach.
All right.
We appreciate your time. And Central High School head football coach, Jamie Dubose. We'll be right back. This is Sports Visions.
We're honored to have you on campus for the official visit.
Aflac. Coach Saban, how is Aflac's program different from health insurance?
Well, Aflac gives you money directly for things health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac.
We put together a little highlight reel for you. Here's Aflac helping you with your deductible, co-pays, out-of-pocket cost.
You look good paying bills.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Get to know us at Aflac.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones.
And I'm Dale Williams.
Get ready for Thursday, December the 12th. Save that date because the 12th annual Sports Vision High School Football Awards Luncheon will be in town. And that's going to be at 11:30 on that Thursday, December the 12th at the St. Luke Ministry Center.
11:30 sharp. Be there. 26 of the top high schools in the Chattahoochee Valley area. 9 counties represented. 52 players. The top players in the Chattahoochee Valley area.
And what does Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney, Kirby Smart, Coach Malzahn, what do they all have in common? They've been speakers in our past high school football awards luncheon. Who's going to be the speaker this year? We're going to release that information real soon.
All right, that'll be December 12th. Sports Vision High School Football Award Luncheon. And
for all of your tire and service needs, be sure to visit Complete Tire and Service, 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus. For your convenience, we have a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art building, premium environment to the customer. For workstations, Wi-Fi, we carry Bridgestone, Firestone, Falcon, and Continental. Our managers have over 125 combined years in the industry. We have 24/7 commercial roadside assistance, DOT inspections, complete automotive services. Our phone number is 706-940-0982. Be sure to visit Complete Tire and Service, 706-940-0982.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. It's now time for our SEC report, brought to you by our good friends from Academy Sports and Outdoors, Dale. And I know that there was a big week last weekend with regards to these developmental games, if you will. And the Auburn Tigers and both Alabama had opportunity to kind of take the week off or relax a little bit. Alabama had the opportunity to play Western Kentucky as well as Auburn and playing Sanford.
That's right.
But, let's start with Auburn. I know Bo Nix was going in and they were looking to get him all sharpened up. On a week prior to it, it's Iron Bowl week right now. And again, getting those reps in and getting an opportunity for him to get as comfortable to get some more throws in. I think that, this time of year, he should be ready. But I know that the Iron Bowl, this is his first one, and it takes on a different animal.
Oh, it takes on definitely a different animal, DJ, and really playing last week against Sanford, really just tuning up for the Iron Bowl, just working on getting some kinks out, running some plays, getting some depth, getting some players developed. That's what those games are for. Everybody always talk about the cupcake games, but this is exactly what those games are for, DJ, is to get you ready for a big game.
And, of course, Alabama, the same thing. Of course, Mac Jones is the guy who is going to be calling the signals, and, of course, up under center with Alabama Crimson Tide. Tua is out, and, of course, he is recovering quite nicely, what we understand. But they had opportunity also to get their quarterback, somewhat ready. Do you trust Mac Jones, who actually has 3 starts under his belt, of course, with the Alabama Crimson Tide, or do you trust this freshman quarterback that obviously is kind of playing his way into shape?
Well, I got to go with Matt Jones, DJ. And really, you've been grooming this guy as being the backup quarterback behind Tua. I think you got to trust him at this point. Now, you don't want to put a third string in, but we talked about that third string quarterback anyway becoming very important. But I think one of the big things that you got to deal with and you got to trust Matt Jones on is that I think Nick really wants to be able to run, ground and pound, be real physical, have good ball management. I think really throwing the ball around, I don't think he trusts him to throw the ball around, but I do trust him to manage the game pretty good for him.
I think a lion's share of the offense that Mac Jones will be running is, again, it's getting the ball to those great wide receivers, quickly, quick drops. And, we've seen the lion's share of these receivers, they run after catch because they're catching these 5-10-yard routes and turning them into 60, 70, 80-yard runs and touchdown. But I think that Mac is going to be I think he's going to be up to the task. On the other side of that, with regards to Bo, I think that it's a situation where, it's just kind of confusing because he's been so up and down. And again, they just don't have that one star player, that star guy that just jump out on you like we've seen in the past years with Auburn.
Well, I think really it's going to get down to the DBs on both sides of the ball. I think Auburn's going to be able to really control those receivers of Alabama. Alabama has 4 great receivers, but Auburn has some great DBs, DJ. And I think really being as physical as their DBs are, I think really that's going to control, the Waddle piece. I think they're going to control Jerry Jeudy in that same. When I say contain these guys, not giving up big plays, because I know they're going to walk up and be physical. And on the flip side of that, I think Alabama corners are going to do the same thing with Auburn. Seth Williams is a good receiver, a good physical receiver. And I think really even with the Anthony Schwartz piece being big, it's going to be some opportunities for some explosive plays, but I think the DBs are going to be challenged in this game.
Auburn's defensive line, I think that's going to be the challenge. Of course, how well Alabama can handle it and how well they can contain a couple guys. I don't think they can contain them. Maybe they can hold them out if that's what you want, the word you want to use. But when you talk about Marlon Davidson and Derrick Brown, these guys, man, these are first round draft choices. And these guys going to be, they're going to be trying to get Mac Jones off of his spot. They're going to be trying to cause some confusion, and again, it's going to be a pretty good, doggone good contest when you talk about what those two guys can do to an offense.
And, I think it's going to be very important for Alabama to actually be able to run the ball, DJ, because really the run is going to set up the pass, and I think really they really know that they can be very explosive when they throw the football to those 4 receivers. But I think at the same time, DJ, they got to control the ground game. I think Auburn has to be able to run the ball also, DJ, just to protect and keep Bo Nix, safe. I don't think you can just depend on the pass, because really Alabama's going to be bringing pressure from everywhere.
This game is bigger in more ways than one. Of course, it's all or nothing for Alabama, because again, this game will decide whether they'll hang around for contention for the college football playoffs. On the other side, this could be the bowl game for Auburn beating Alabama in the Iron Bowl.
Really, I think that's how they're going to look. I think Gus is going to look at this as a bowl game. And, I think really they already are bowl eligible, DJ. But I think at the same time, they will love nothing less than beating Alabama and knocking Alabama out of that college football playoff contention squad. Really, if Alabama wins out, they still have a chance to get in. Everybody's saying that, Alabama's not going to get in, but, what happens, all those what ifs, if Georgia beats LSU and Alabama is right there, what are you going to do with Alabama if Alabama wins out? So we still got a lot of football to play, player.
All right, let's shift gears and take it up to Athens, where the University of Georgia battled Texas A&M, and I know that, they don't play very attractive on offense, but you know what? The Dogs got another win in.
They got another win, DJ, and really I'm going to stick to this theme the whole year. We're just winning ugly. And I think really at the same time, out of all the good teams, we probably are the team that plays the worst, but we'll take a win any way we can get it, DJ. But really, just for as the game is the way, I've never seen Jake Fromm play a worse game. I saw him miss plays. I saw him miss passes. But really, at the same time, the defense is playing out of their minds, but you got to stay in attack mode, and I hate to see them in zone, DJ.
The second game in a row that Jake Fromm has thrown for less than 50%, completing less than 50% of his passes, and then another big game for DeAndre Swift. And the defense, Dale, again, without a big-name guy or a star or a lead dog, as I like to say, these guys are one of the best defenses in the nation.
You talking about the junkyard dog defense, DJ, right now. They're playing great, DJ. I think they do a great job of personnel changes, switching these guys in and out, and really just playing really to the actual down and distance. But they are playing good football. There is no superstar in the defense, like you said, DJ, but really, they got a lot of good personnel on Georgia's defense.
When was the last time you heard that a defense held a team to a negative, or at least a negative 1 yard rushing?
That's pretty deep right there,
That's
DJ.
Strong.
That's real deep. But I think the good thing about it, the bad thing about it, DJ, you might hold on a -1, but then you get in your zone defense, DJ, and you give up almost 300 yards like that. And then I think that's how teams are coming back. But I think really Kirby's got to get to these guys and talk to them about closing games out.
Well, closing games out is exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about the old-fashioned hate bowl. Again, this is the first state championship, Georgia going down to Atlanta. Of course, a week out from the SEC championship game, but they got to take care of business over at Grant Field with Georgia Tech.
I mean, that's still one of the nastiest rivalries in college football. It's going to be a game, throw the records out. Georgia knows they have to win out, and you can't even look ahead to the SEC championship because you got Georgia Tech to play. Yes, Georgia Tech, you still have them to play, and I think really they still need to play that game, DJ, that we have not seen yet this year, that game that when they're hitting on all cylinders. Georgia hadn't played a good game this year, player.
Absolutely, and I'm just thank God that they don't have to play that triple option up there. Coach Johnson is gone, but Coach Collins, Jeff Collins is in his first year, and having to transition into a program where you have a lot of athletes that were recruited to play a certain offense, and you coming in with a whole totally different culture and offensive scheme and defensive scheme and system. But you know what? 3 wins up until this point, man, and was able to shock Miami last week. And that was a big game. But you know what? This is more than a state championship for Jeff Collins and his Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They're going up against the big, bad, top-rated Georgia Bulldogs. Now, again, for his program and for his recruiting purposes, I think that a victory would be great, but just to play, to show that they can stay on the field with the Dogs, I think that would be good enough.
I think recruiting-wise, DJ, it'll be a great victory for them, but it'll be catastrophic for the Georgia Bulldogs if they lost, man. And really, I think one of the biggest things about it, Kirby's going to have these guys ready to play, and it's always a joy to play downtown Atlanta at Grant Field. But I think at the same time, DJ, it's great for recruiting for Georgia Tech. It's kind of funny to see Georgia Tech play without the triple option, but they still have good running backs. They still have good talent, but it'll do wonders for Georgia Tech when it comes down to recruiting.
All right, let's take a look at our Chick-fil-A picks of the week.
All right, our Chick-fil-A picks for the week. We have Alabama against Auburn, Georgia against Georgia Tech, Clemson will be playing South Carolina and Columbia, Florida against Florida State, Ohio State will be traveling to Michigan to play the Wolverines, Wisconsin will play Minnesota, and Oklahoma will play Oklahoma State.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rosalind Murray. I'm the owner of Roz Cafe and Catering Services. I'm open 7 days a week for catering and only on Sundays for dinner. So you can come in on Sundays only to pick up your delicious meal. I'm a one-stop shop for all your catering needs for weddings, pastor anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, anything you need catering for. Call me at 706-992-6106. Thank you.
For all of your tire and service needs, be sure to visit Complete Tire and Service, 3109 Victory Drive in Columbus. For your convenience, we have a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art building, premium environment to the customer. For workstations, Wi-Fi, we carry Bridgestone, Firestone, Falcon, and Continental. Our managers have over 125 combined years in the industry. We have 24/7 commercial roadside assistance, DOT inspections, complete automotive services. Our phone number is 706-940-0982. Be sure to visit Complete Tire and Service, 706-940-0982.
Welcome back to Sports Visions, Dale. It's now time for our Atlanta Falcons report. And for the last 2 weeks, obviously, we had a great report, but we're falling back on hard times as the Falcons took it under the chin to, of course, one of their division nemesis, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Got beat up in the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
Yeah, man, maybe they need to stay on the road, DJ. I think really, I was like just stunned. I thought they would come back with a little bit more energy and a little bit more firepower being at home. But I think really, DJ, I mean, really, I don't want to give up on these guys, but it's over for them now. The only chance they had was just winning out, and I don't think they're going to have that opportunity now.
It's a doggone shame that they couldn't come out victorious. Of course, when Jameis Winston going into the game throwing several interceptions.
Yeah.
But you know what, Jameis, you have to respect Jameis because regardless of how many interceptions he has, and I think he has close to 20 of them now. But you know what, he'll come right back because he has 2 of the top receivers in the NFL.
And DJ, a bad clock is right twice a time. So really, Jameis had the opportunity to play very well, but really, the Falcons did not do good on both sides of the ball. And I think really even the Matt Ryan piece, really, we're going to have to find out. We got some running backs. We got to get an offensive line. It's a lot of things that the Atlanta Falcons need at this time. But at the same time, DJ, you got the New Orleans Saints coming to town, and now all the Atlanta Falcons can do is play the role of a spoiler. And I think really the Thanksgiving night is going to be a big-time game with the Saints. And I think really the Falcons will try to bounce back and spoil all the good things that the New Orleans Saints are trying to do.
One thing about it is I know that the Saints are going to be looking for revenge because just 3-4 weeks ago, man, the Falcons held the Saints without a touchdown. And that was unbelievable, man, down in New Orleans. So it's a situation where obviously on Thanksgiving Day we'll have an opportunity to sit back, eat some turkey, and watch our Falcons and see how they compete against those Saints.
It's going to be a great game. Again, it's still going to be a rivalry game regardless of the record, DJ. But I think really with holding Drew Brees without a touchdown the last time they played, DJ, that was big in itself. I think really controlling Michael Thomas, who's one of the top receivers that in the NFL right now, and I think that's going to be big, DJ. But at the same time, we're going to see how good the defense repeat that performance that they did in New Orleans.
Let's talk about some of the other intriguing storylines as it pertains to the National Football League. I know one thing, those guys on the West Coast out in San Francisco, the 49ers made a real believer out of me.
Hey, the 49ers are they're hot. They're right there. Jimmy Garoppolo is doing the thing, DJ, and I think the Tevin Coleman piece is good. Bosa, the defense is playing out of their mind. I haven't seen anybody play as good as defense as these guys. The Chicago Bears have a good defense. The Vikings have a good defense, but the San Francisco 49ers are balling out right now, and really, far as the playoffs are concerned, and winning their division, it's going to be very interesting to see who wins that division, because they still got to play Seattle and they still got to play the Rams again. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they come out. But right now, they're 10-1, DJ.
Absolutely playing terrific. Also, of course, the New England Patriots, they're not playing as exciting, but they're still winning.
They're still winning, DJ, at 10-1. You know, they were able to control the Dallas Cowboys this weekend and do a great job. You know, everybody's saying that Tom Brady's arm is kind of soft now. He's not as strong as it used to be. But one of the good things, and a lot of people are overlooking, DJ, Bill Belichick got a good defense up there in the New England Patriots, and they don't need a spectacular Tom Brady when their defense is doing well and their special teams are doing good things. So really, you know, the New England Patriots are still good, and really they're going to have a first-round bye in the wild card. Well, not really the wild card. In the NFL playoffs this year.
Well, I know Sony Michel is starting to crank it up a little bit. Got off to a slow start, but has an exceptional couple of weeks, and it's a good thing. You know what? The Cleveland Browns, believe it or not, they still have an opportunity. It sounds like, you know, again, they started out terrible, but they've over the last few weeks, they've been able to punch out a few victories, man. And you know what? Quietly, Chubb is having a Pro Bowl season.
That's right.
And again, don't be surprised if these Cleveland Browns make it to the playoffs.
You know, DJ, it's just really still exciting to watch the Cleveland Browns play because they have so much good talent. The Nick Chubb piece, he's already over 1,000 yards. And like you said, DJ, he's probably going to make the Pro Bowl team. And then when you see Jarvis Landry and then you do Odell Beckham Jr., these guys playing, and Baker Mayfield connecting with these guys, you see all the talent, you see all the excitement that they have. And even in the midst of the Myles Garrett piece, they still have a great defense. They got players all over the place. They might be 1 year off, DJ, but they're gonna do some damage around here in a minute.
Did you catch note, or did you take note that the Jets knocked off the Oakland Raiders?
Yeah, I saw that, man. It's interesting. Like I say, it's almost like, you know, you got those teams that the lower feeding teams that are 3-7 and 4-7. It's almost like some of them just stopped playing. And really just now we're just going to just sit back and we're just going to develop our talent that we do have and just get ready for the NFL draft. But it's very interesting to see that there's not a hot team that really just want to pick up that 3-7, doesn't want to go to a 7-7 right now. So it's going to be interesting with all the teams that got off to a slow start.
It hadn't been a whole lot of Antonio Brown watch talk here recently because obviously they're quietly working this situation out. But Dale, do you think that he has an opportunity to come back and help somebody in the playoffs?
I think he could help somebody, DJ, but the question is going to be this: does that organization or that team want to put up with all the shenanigans and all these things that he does? I mean, really, right now, you would love, if you're the New England Patriots, you would love to get this guy, but you don't know what kind of guy you're going to get. Is he going to be just detrimental in your locker room, to your team, to the public? You know, really, how is he going to affect the team? And I think really you got to worry about those things, DJ.
All right, we'll take a short break. This is Sports Visions.
We think you would really shine in the Aflac program.
Aflac? Coach Saban, we have health insurance.
Did health insurance pay for everything?
No. We still have bills.
Aflac gives you money directly to help with those.
Aflac?
And your deductibles, knee brace, whatever you choose.
Aflac sounds like a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We try.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Get to know us at aflac.com.
You, me, a little time is all it takes to make us smile. It's better when we get together. Me, myself, and I, we can get along just fine. It's better when we get together.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones.
And I'm Dale Williams.
Get ready for Thursday, December the 12th. Save that date because the 12th annual Sports Visions High School Football Awards Luncheon will be in town. And that's going to be at 11:30 on that Thursday, December the 12th at the St. Luke Ministry Center.
11:30 sharp. Be there. 26 of the top high schools in the Chattahoochee Valley area. 9 counties represented. 52 players. The top players in the Chattahoochee Valley area.
And what does Nick Saban and Dabo Swinney, Kirby Smart, Gus Malzahn, what do they all have in common? They've been speakers in our past High School Football Awards Luncheon. Who's going to be the speaker this year? We're going to release that information real soon.
All right, that'll be December 12th. Sports Vision High School Football Award Luncheon, and again, one of the top award luncheon shows in town.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rosalind Murray. I'm the owner of Roz Cafe and Catering Services. I'm open 7 days a week for catering and only on Sundays for dinner. So you can come in on Sundays only to pick up your delicious meal. I'm a one-stop shop for all your catering needs for weddings, pastor anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, anything you need catering for. Call me at 706-992-6106. Thank you.
At Moe's, we've always been real Southwest. And we're proud of it. It's in our name after all. And we've always been real people, using real Southwest flavors, making real Southwest eats. And we've always built every burrito right on the line, fresh, just for you. Real, fresh Southwest. Welcome to Moe's.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Vision's Deal. I'm really excited that we have an opportunity to show our viewers out there our radio show. So we've going ahead and say we're going to do it every month, at least once a month. Take the cameras into the radio studios, of course, at WRCG 92.1, our live radio show that comes on every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 o'clock. And I got a lot of calls, I got a lot of emails, Dale, regarding people, having an opportunity to say, hey, man, that was cool.
And that was real cool, DJ. And we're going to tell you how you can get your free radio app right now. Just go to your smartphone, go to your app store, type in Sports Vision Radio, and bam, there's your free Sports Vision Radio app. You can listen to it anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, anytime that you want to listen to us.
Also, we want to thank you for watching, of course, on CTV Beam, and of course, all of those listeners out there that are listening to the radio. And of course, Dale just gave you the app on WRCG 92.1. Hey, once again, big ups to Lynette, big ups to Opelika, as well as Central. Hopefully, they'll be able to bring home some of these right here, some of these nice rings, and I know that everybody's looking forward to it.
That's what everybody's playing for, DJ. Everybody's playing for a ring. Everybody's playing for a championship right now, and good luck to all those teams that are still in the championship.
Well, that's going to do it for all the sports we have for today. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.